Good evening, Ren Puma. How are you doing? Alright, let's continue. Alright, we've just gotta kind of walk around until we get the fish from Rico. What are you doing? Can I show you some panties?
He wouldn't have wanted that.
Say, was that kid giving you trouble?
The Fisher boy? No, he was very polite.
Ha! He's a juvenile delinquent. I suppose he told you I was a crook.
Oh no, he's a good kid. He'd never say anything like that.
Sure he would, the little punk.
Okay. Oh, he's got more
Tell me about the
options.
two old ladies.
Who? The Ketch sisters. One of them's crazy as a coot, and the other will turn you to stone if you're not careful.
Did you see the sisters go by?
Yeah, they wanted to string that Fisher brat up. Of course, I told them where to find him.
A fink as well as a creep. Nice.
But he'd managed to vanish somehow.
What are you doing with the theodolite?
Surveying the old house. I got great plans for this place.
Oh yeah?
You bet. Take a look around. What do you see?
Paradise.
I see opportunity. This place is ripe for development.
I like it just the way it is.
And that's where we differ. You see, Mr. Stobart, I'm what you might call a man of vision. I see a great future for Ketch's Landing, and it all starts here, with that house.
How do you survey a house like that?
I've put a target reflector on the end of one of the flagpoles up there on the house. I sight on it from various locations through the theodolite, record the angles along the baseline, and triangulate them to give me the exact position of the target. Understand?
Why the end of the flagpole? Wouldn't it have been better on a corner of a wall or something?
Are you a surveyor?
No, my degree's in law.
Then shut up.
Yeah, George.
Can I take a look at your plans?
No way. What interest would they be to you, anyhow?
I've always had a secret desire to be a surveyor.
You have?
Sure. I mean, you surveyors are just like the great explorers, aren't you? Henry the Navigator, Vasco da Gama, Chris Columbus. Maybe you don't sail uncharted seas or discover new continents, but you're okay in my book.
Horse shit. You just stay away from those plans, you hear?
Catch you later, Bronson.
Catch you later. I hope the audio is okay. No, where are you going? Give me my fish.
Did you see the weird sisters come by here?
Did I? They look madder than usual, so I hide until they're gone by.
Just as well. They thought you were playing with Emily. Boy, were they steamed.
Emily, you're madder than them.
I think Bronson is trying to cheat those sweet, vulnerable old ladies.
That's a little unfair, isn't it?
Okay, he's trying to cheat those seriously demented, poisonous old ladies.
You have to admire his acumen.
No luck with the fish?
No, man. They don't want bite. That's 'cause they know there's a storm brewing.
Storm? I don't think so.
Hey, I caught a bite.
You have?
It's a big one. A real big one.
Reel him in, Rio. Jeez, it must be a whale or something.
Rustiest whale I ever see.
I still need a fish, Rio.
Okay, make me try again.
Maybe you better change your bait. The only serviceable part of the bicycle's wreck was a rubber inner tube. You just never know when you're gonna need stuff like that.
Let's just take it.
There's a fish, my man.
I can't put it in my pocket while it's flapping about like that.
No problem.
Yuck. He just slips it into his pocket. Nasty. So how are you doing, Ren Puma? Was something wrong? No, go back up.
I'd have to do that from the ground.
Oh, well, okay. Suit yourself, George.
That should get the old cat dancing. I just hoped it didn't give itself a cardiac.
This music whenever you solve a puzzle.
I didn't want to risk the wrath of that vicious animal by putting my hand within striking distance of those claws.
Alright.
I didn't have a flag on me, so the flag... I didn't have...
I know you don't. Oh, there we go. Oh, I guess I keep the fish. Oh no, there it goes. Aw, little kitty. It's all bloody.
I put the ball in the catapult. Took aim. Yes!
Whee!
Okay, so it was a lucky shot, but I'd knocked the theodolite target clean off the end of the flagpole.
Way to go, George. He's MPV of the year. Or MVP. I did it wrong. It must be. Uh-oh. This music.
What the hell's going on here?
Hi, Bronson. Nice to see you, too.
You again. Have you been screwing around with my theodolite target? Where is it? I had to climb out of the window to put that one on. Damn it, I'm gonna have to go through all that again.
Not this time. The house is locked up and the sisters aren't here.
Hell's teeth! I'll have to put the spare target on the other flagpole. A whole morning's work wasted. I'm gonna fix all this, and then I'm gonna fix you, you hear?
Yeah? Fine. I'll be waiting.
A strange way to sit up there.
Ah!
What you doing, Bronson? Just hanging around?
I'm gonna kill you for this, Stobart! Get me down from here!
What, so you can kill me? Gee, you talked me out of it, Bronson. I felt a little guilty about leaving Bronson up there, but not much, obviously. The marker was a bright, shiny thing, and I have a weakness for bright, shiny things.
It looks like he'd be just fine if you let go.
It wasn't going to be much use without the theodolite, though.
Let's take a peek at these plans. Or pick them up.
With Bronson out of the way, I could finally get a clear look at the plans. Engineers' drawings didn't mean much to me, but one thing was clear. These plans were for a 5-story, 200-roomed, luxury, pirate-themed hotel. Another stain on the bedspread of paradise.
Aww. Oh, it's cold. So cold. You can still see him up there. Oh wait, I forgot something.
You there? Why is Mr. Bronson hanging from that flagpole?
He climbed up there of his own accord.
Then help him, you stupid man! Quickly, before he falls!
Yeah, about that. No, 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 no. Oh, thank you. We'll just stick the theodolite in our pants.
Hi. Could I ask...
Never mind that! Help poor Mr. Bronson!
Here. Bronson's plans.
This means nothing to me.
She's not wearing her reading glasses.
Ah, wait! Yes, I see now. I see it all too clearly. That man is planning to build a huge hotel. Bronson is a confidence trickster. Mina, we have been duped. I'm glad we didn't sign his contract.
Oh, I hate tricksters, especially confident ones.
Come, Mina. Mr. Bronson, you may consider yourself persona non grata.
Yes. Cave Canem.
Kindly disentangle yourself from our flagpole and eject yourself from our property this very minute.
Disentangle. Eject.
Hey, cut that out, you crazy old bat!
How dare you! Mina isn't crazy, she's just engagingly eccentric.
Yeah, as a bedbug. Ouch!
Lovely as this little vista is, I'd be really grateful if you could let me into the museum now.
Certainly, young man. We are most grateful to you for exposing this scoundrel, Mina, the Lock.
Thanks, ladies.
Stobart, be a pal. Get these harpies off me. Ooh!
Ooh! See ya.
While George was basking in the sun-drenched Caribbean, I went to the was a long shot, but I thought I'd start my search for the Jaguar stone at the British Museum.
Animation time! Whoa, what's up with that chick?
Bonjour. I wonder if you could help me.
Ohayou gozaimasu.
What's so funny? Oh, never mind.
They don't really look very proportionate. I don't know, she looks alright.
The carving looked Central or South American in style, perhaps Aztec. I
Oh, I
wasn't
can move.
leaving here until I'd got
Oh.
what I'd come for. The carving looked Buddhist in subject, but Mesoamerican in execution. The two Japanese girls were inexplicably amused by something. It was a small, flat square of polished obsidian. Nothing like the one I was looking for. According to the caption, this was the scrying mirror given to Dr. John Dee by Sir Francis Drake. There was a huge carving of somebody who must have been important once. The cabinet was locked.
Did someone just sneeze?
The cabinet. The display case contained a couple of vases.
Check this.
It was a stone identical in size and style to the Coyote stone. However, this stone bore the image of a jaguar. The cabinet was locked.
Oh, we could just take it.
It was a phone, probably for staff only. I didn't need to make a call.
Can I help you, miss?
Have you ever heard of an English sea captain called El Draco?
El Draco? Not a very English name.
I think that's what the Spanish would have called him. It was about the time of the conquistadors.
16th century. Oh, I know. That's what the Spanish called Sir Francis Drake.
Francis Drake? Have you got anything here that belonged to him?
Indeed, miss. We have a couple of artifacts he brought back from one of his journeys.
What can you tell me about that stone with a jaguar on it?
The so-called Jaguar stone was brought back from the Americas by Sir Francis Drake and presented with, as you already know, the more famous scrying mirror to John Dee.
What's this scrying mirror?
It's a little square of polished obsidian. Mine it is.
And what does it do?
Well, it's a bit like a crystal ball, except flat and black. And you can't see anything in it. Old man Dee had a psychic who reckoned he could speak to the angels through it. I think he was taking Dee for a ride myself. The old loony didn't like the stone, though. Reckoned it was tainted by the devil. Come along, miss. I'll show you the mirror.
I've already... Oh, never mind.
There. John Dee's famous scrying mirror, given to him by Francis Drake.
Do you know if this mirror has any relevance to Tezcatlipoca?
Who? Tizletlik... I can't even say it. Ah, there's someone here who'll be able to help you better than me. This young lady has some questions to ask, Professor. I think she's from France.
Professor Aubier.
Eh? What?
You two know each other, do you? Excuse me, the telephone.
We meet again.
Mademoiselle, France, eh?
Yes, I believe that's where you live, Professor.
I have a house there, on the outskirts of Paris, but I haven't been back for many months.
I thought you were going to stay in Quaramonte to witness the eclipse.
Alas, business comes first. An important consignment of artifacts on loan to the British Museum. But I intend to return to Quaramonte in plenty of time.
Professor Aubier, your taxi's here.
If you'll excuse me, I have some urgent business to attend to at the docks.
Can you answer me some questions about the Jaguar Stone?
Certainly, miss. If you just step this way. It's gone. Some sods half-inched it.
Half-inched?
Stolen it, miss. Never mind. The silent alarm will have been tripped. I'm afraid nobody can leave until our crack security team gets here.
How long will that take?
Could be a while. I think it's their tea break.
The thief could be miles away by then.
Don't you worry about that, miss. Just don't try to leave.
It was too much of a coincidence that Aubier showed up and the stone promptly disappeared. I didn't have time for their crack security team to finish their tea. I had to get after him.
We'll just take this key.
It would probably be less suspicious if I kept away from the empty case.
And it wasn't suspicious to take the key.
I didn't steal the stone. I was nowhere near it.
So who do you suppose did steal it?
You. The Japanese girls.
It must have been Aubier.
Huh. Begging your pardon, but he's a man of letters. A professor.
So was Moriarty. Man of letters or not, he's your culprit. Look at this. The thief left this key in the cabinet.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
That makes the theft an inside job, right?
Oh dear.
In other words, the thief was Professor Aubier.
Well, let's leave that for the police to decide, shall we? I better phone them right away. Hello?
I knew I had nothing to worry.
Yes, I'll hold.
Whoops.
But I had to catch up with Aubier, and fast. The key unlocked the case. I locked the case again and took the key.
I guess it's important to lock an empty case. It's the 90s.
I wasn't going to leave until I knew where Aubier had gone.
I'm sorry, miss, but I shall have to ask you to stay.
Oh, but surely you don't suspect me?
No, but you will have to make a statement to the police. You're a witness.
Hmm.
You'll have to be quick, miss. I'm on the phone.
Don't you think it's suspicious that Oublier has urgent business at the docks?
Not in the slightest, young lady. He's gone to oversee the unloading of cargo, an exhibition of Mayan sculpture on loan from Mexico City.
What's the name of the ship?
The Xibalba Princess.
Xibalba. Alright, let's go.
I levered the handle open with the thin dagger.
So we went ahead and stole something else from the museum.
The room had been decorated to resemble the interior of a sailing ship. It was disturbingly effective.
Ooh.
The ship looked too fragile to touch. It was a beautifully crafted model of a sailing ship.
Surprise!
What? It's Pippi Longstocking.
What the? Who are you?
I'm Emily.
What were you doing in there, Emily?
Hiding. What are you doing here?
Grown-up stuff.
Grown-ups? Pfft. I'm never gonna grow up, I'm not. You shouldn't be here. What's your name?
I'm George.
Pleased to meet you, Jaws.
George.
Jaws,
Jeez.
make your mind up.
What can you tell me about Captain Ketch?
That's him on the wall, in the picture.
Yeah? Boy, that's interesting.
He was a sailor captain. This is his house.
Why don't you go play with Rio?
I'm not allowed.
How come?
'Cause Aunt Frost says I'm not allowed out of the house. That's why, Mr. Nosy Beak.
Too bad. Why don't you ask your other aunt if you can play with Rio?
Aunt Mina's cuckoo. Aunt Frost says so. She says when the Lord handed out common sense, Aunt Mina was off getting double portions of chin.
That Rio's a smart kid. He helped me outwit Bronson.
Rio is clever. He can spit ever so far.
I bet you can't keep this piece of coal in your mouth for the next half hour.
Could too. I could keep it in my mouth for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah? Go on then. Prove it.
Don't want to. And if you try to make me, I'll tell Aunt Mina.
Scary kid.
Look, an ancient Mayan stone.
Is that a magic stone?
Well, I don't know about that.
No.
Would you like to play darts?
No?
Oh, come on. I'll throw, you catch.
That's dangerous. Darts will stick in me and make me bleed.
Oh, go on.
Do you know how to use a theodolite?
We don't learn anything about surveying at my school. Not until 5th grade.
So she knew what a theodolite was?
It was an old book with spidery writing covering the open pages. March 20th, 1670 fix. Engaged frigate off Fan Salvador? It was garbage. Huh. I guess being a pirate didn't require too many academic qualifications. The passage went on to describe how Ketch had got wind of the approach of a fleet of English ships. It seemed the new governor had not shared his predecessor's views on Ketch's activities. They were out for his blood. Sailed to that place where I made secure my fortune. I returned safe in the knowledge that the governor shall not discover that which I had hidden. For is it not writ that 'tis easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle? It was an actual pirate ship chart.
Let's take it.
Okay, I've had my hands on an historical document. Now what?
Set fire to it.
Yow! I should have known better than to put my hand in there. Grandma Stobart had a nasty experience in a water butt once.
Okay.
It was an old wooden barrel. Maybe it was from Ketch's ship. Maybe that wheel was from Ketch's ship. Suddenly, I was 12 years old again. Hard a port, bosun. Aye, aye, Captain Stobart. She cannot take it, Captain. My lad's dead. Abandon ship.
Aww.
Captain Frederick Ketch, 1570. Around his neck was a cross. Maybe he was a part-time pirate.
Okay.
That might come in useful in ticklish situations.
We're just stealing from all
what
over
you
the
doing,
place.
Jaws?
I'm just borrowing this feather, that's all.
Why?
I might be able to make use of it.
You're gonna steal it? That's bad. I'm gonna tell on you.
No, don't do that.
Why not?
Well, because I'm not stealing, just borrowing. It was the holder for the quill. It was firmly attached to the desk. It was an indented well in the corner of the desk. I guess it was intended to hold ink, but it seemed unnecessarily wide. Maybe Ketch had used it to hold his rum bottles steady in heavy seas.
Anything over here? No.
Why don't you run along and play?
Aunt Mina told me. Stay out of mischief.
Well, that doesn't mean you have to stay indoors, does it? On a beautiful day like today?
There's a storm coming.
Oh, nuts. You don't know that.
I do so. I can see the whole world from the window.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm busy. That cross you're wearing, Emily,
It's my lucky Jesus cross.
it's just like the one Captain Ketch wore.
Uh-huh.
Can I borrow it?
Uh-uh.
What would you trade for that cross, Emily?
A puppy.
Well, I don't happen to have a puppy in my pocket right now. Can you think of anything else you'd trade?
Don't know.
The captain is
Okay.
ugly.
I've had my hands on an historical document. Now what? The chart fitted exactly into the recess on the top of the desk.
What you doing now, Jaws?
Knock it off, will ya? There's something you ought to know. I don't buy cute or lost puppy. I'm putting this old map on the desk
What you doing that for, Jaws?
because it was obviously intended to fit in this recessed area.
How'd you work that out?
It's obvious.
Oh, we can take this lantern, too. You can just pick up everything.
Holding that lantern, I felt kinda biblical. Like Jesus or Florence Nightingale. The lantern fitted so precisely in the inkwell, it could only be deliberate.
What you doing now?
Grown-up stuff.
I doubt that.
I've put the lantern in the inkwell. See? It fits.
Why?
Because it was cut to fit.
Why?
Because sneaky old Captain Ketch made it that way.
Why?
What is with all the questions?
'Cause I'm interested.
Why?
'Cause I have the insatiable curiosity of the young.
Why?
All right. Truce.
Before you ask, I've put the feather back. Are you happy now?
Don't you want to steal it anymore?
For the last time, I didn't steal it.
That's your word against mine, and I'm the one with the dimples.
That looked like that's where it was supposed to be, so I left it there. Before you ask, I've put the feather back. Are you happy now?
Don't you want to steal it anymore?
For the last time, I didn't steal it.
That's your word against mine, and I'm the one with the dimples.
There were several things I wanted to say to that awful kid, but I held my tongue. The cat made short work of the feather, tearing it into a blizzard of small pieces.
Come on out to the dock. There you go. Alright.
What do you give to a small, irritating girl who asks about everything?
Try a conch. Delicate colors, interesting shape, and when you put it to your ear, you can hear the sea.
Yeah? Why's that?
Usually because you're standing next to it.
Cool. Have you got one?
Yeah, but I promised it to my sister. She well vexed with me.
Why is your sister mad with you?
Well, last night, when I got home with our supper, she went wild. Rio, she said, how come all you ever catch is puffer fish? I'm sick of puffer fish. What I want is tiger fish. So don't bother come back home till you catch one, boy. I don't see how I'm gonna catch no tiger fish. All I have is a fishing pole and a worm.
What do you need to catch a tiger fish?
One of them real fancy flies like the rich fishermen use.
Hey, this is just what you need to make a fly.
Thanks. Let's hope them tiger fish hungry. A deal's a deal. Here's a conch.
Alright. We got the conch. Ooh, it's pretty.
It was the conch shell that Rio had given me. It was the electronic marker which Bronson used with his theodolite. It was Bronson's theodolite.
I like this music.
Here, I've got a conch. Would you like it?
Dunno. Aunt Frost told me never to take presents from strange men.
I'm not a strange man.
Then why are you called Jaws, Jaws? That's a stupid name.
I'm not called... Look, conch, pretty, swap for the cross, yes or no? Right, this thing's going out the window.
Okay, we'll do swapsies.
She just rips it off her neck?
Ketch's crucifix was encrusted with precious gems. Ketch's cross slipped snugly into the penholder. Before you ask, I've put your cross in this little hole in the desk.
Why?
Impulse, mainly, with a dash of irrational intuition.
Silly. Only women have intuition.
The lantern cast a strong light over the desktop. The light cast a shadow of the cross. And the shadow fell precisely over a small, unnamed island shaped like a skull.
That's not shaped like a skull.
That must be it. Ketch's Treasure Island.
Uh-oh. That's Zombie Island. It's a bad place.
No kidding? Well, bad place or not, that's my next port of call.
Can I come too?
The hell you can.
I never get to leave the house.
Aww.
There were several things I wanted to say to that awful kid, but I held my tongue.
Bye. What did I call her? Pippi Longstocking. I don't know if I can take that.
The novelty value of having an inner tube in my pocket had worn off. I left it there.
Oh, okay. Is there anything else I need? I don't think so.
It was a net left to dry in the sunshine.
It's a breeze. Life is a breeze when you're having fun. No apologies to anyone.
Would you take me to, Zombie Island?
In this weather? You're mad, man.
The rain will keep the zombies indoors.
Is it a zombie?
Just say I did meet a zombie. What would you do?
There ain't no zombies on Zombie Island. At least, not anymore. It's uninhabited.
Good. What do you mean, not anymore?
You still want to go?
I guess.
Well, I ain't had no luck with them tiger fish. And with the mood my sister is in, I'll be safer with the zombies.
Yay.
So, this was Zombie Island. Somehow I'd been expecting something more sinister.
Come on, Rio. Let's find that treasure.
No, thanks. I'm staying right here.
Oh, come on. You said yourself there's no zombies left.
Yeah, but that was while there was a big pile of seawater between me and this place. All me have now is this little bit between the boat and the shore, and I'm hanging on to it.
Rio's boat was strewn with fishing nets and tackle.
That Emily sure asks a lot of questions.
Resset, man. This whole Emily business just isn't funny.
Look, we're obviously at cross purposes here. I'm talking about Emily Ketch.
Yeah, and so am I. She was my friend. Her aunts hated it, but we did move together, you know. She used to be real keen at hide and seek. It could take hours to find her. One time, the last time, it took days. She must have shouted and screamed herself hoarse, but there was nobody to hear her.
Where'd she hidden herself?
Captain Ketch's old sea chest. The only way to open it was from the outside.
Suddenly, I didn't feel so good. We never exchanged another word about Emily Ketch. The cliff was steep, too steep to climb without handholds. And I couldn't find any. There was nothing else I wanted to ask the boy. It was the boat that Rio had brought me in. I was quite happy where I was, relatively speaking. There was nothing else. It was too high. I couldn't get up there.
Oh, come on.
The outcrop was about the only feature on the cliff face.
Could I borrow your net?
Yeah, man, no problem.
Whee! Ah!
You planning on catching some fish?
Nope. I'm after a big rock.
We're gonna catch some zombies.
The warm Caribbean.
Aw.
Well, here I go. Wish me luck, Rio.
Way to go.
Watch out for the Walking Dead.
I stumbled down dark stairwells for what seemed like forever, until suddenly I found myself, wow, in an abandoned London Underground station. This place must have been closed down decades ago.
Why is she
The
down
poster
here?
was advertising a play I'd never heard of. The date on the poster was before I was born. It was an old map of the London Underground. A latch lock stopped me getting into the cupboard. It was a maintenance cupboard. The train signal light still worked. LBS Lubes? What are lubes? The machine wasn't about to weigh me for nothing.
That looks like a Godzilla poster or something. In the stairwell.
It was a poster advertising holidays in Scotland. It was an old ticket machine. A sign read, Tickets 3D. The machine looked like it had sold its last ticket a long time ago. A flap covered the tray into which the machine dispensed chocolate bars. It was an old chocolate vending machine. 1D only was embossed below the coin slot. Something protruded slightly from the slot.
Every time it makes this noise, there's a pause.
It was a cup which caught rejected coins. There was nothing very useful in my bag, just a single hair clip. I pushed the hair clip into the slot and whatever was stuck there disappeared into the machine. I pulled out an old English penny.
Yay! Oh, it says chocolate right there.
I put the old penny into the slot, the needle twitched rustily, and the machine spat out a card.
Grr! How often does the train go by?
The weight was in imperial units. It meant nothing to me. The card also had my fortune on it. A family quarrel will turn out to your advantage. The blade of the dagger just fitted between the door and the soft wood frame. The door gave slightly, and then held firm. My fingers were too big to reach into the tiny crack. A latch lock stopped me getting into the cupboard. I remembered my student days when I regularly forgot my house keys. A wiggle with the thick card between the frame and the lock, and the latch lifted.
That's good to know.
The train was my ride out of there. I could worry about not having a ticket when I got to the docks.
Hmm.
It was a stagnant swamp.
Scenic view.
Nothing, I mean nothing, would possess me to step into that swamp.
Do it, George.
What the? Steady, guy, it's just a monkey.
It's a zombie!
There was something in that hole beneath the rock.
It's a giant tarantula.
The end of the reed had been neatly bitten off. Now I knew what was living in there. A long-toothed, snarling, furry wild thing.
Oh. Yeah. That made pretty much no sense. He's gonna get some kind of disease from the mosquitoes. Whee! Whoa, I'm dropping frames. That's a first. Yeah, it looks like I dropped a couple frames, but it stopped, so hopefully it won't happen again. Aww! It's like a baby.
The path was blocked by an ugly and extremely dangerous-looking boar.
It's a baby. How
The
did he
dart
fit
fitted
that?
snugly into the reed. Great. I was tooled up and dangerous.
Give it the panties. These would look great on you. Aw. Ah! Run, George! Oh, it was so tiny.
It was a needle of rock in the middle of the clearing. It didn't look like a natural formation. I remembered Ketch's log. For is it not writ that 'tis easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle? It seemed pretty relevant now. The creeper just came away from the rock as I pulled it. The creeper didn't look like it would hold my weight.
What are you doing, George?
No good. I'd have to be bitten by a radioactive spider before I stood any chance of getting up there.
You dork.
I could see no point in tying the net to the creepers on the rock. The marker clipped firmly onto the net. Great. I'd created some sort of creeper marker fishing net assembly. Sometimes I terrify myself with my creative genius.
Oh, you're just amazing.
I'd successfully got the marker into a position near the top of the needle simply by using the kind of lateral thinking that can get you institutionalized.
This is going to be fun. It's a big maze. Actually, I don't think it is much of a maze. I don't think I can go anywhere other than where I'm supposed to go.
Hold on. I've been here before. Haven't I?
No, of course not. You're just crazy. Ooh, it's really pretty up here.
Initials had been carved into the rock. Initials carved into the stone read F.K. Frederick Ketch had been here.
Ooh.
3 shallow holes had been made in the rock.
This kind of makes me think of Monkey Island. With the catapult.
It was Bronson's theodolite, now being put to a nobler use than petty larceny. The hill I was on had reminded me of a camel's hump as I'd climbed up it. Now I had to see what I could see.
I don't know how to move it. Oh. Wait, what? Oh, there we go. Ooh.
It was a good cave for hiding treasure in. Shame about the flooding problem. A needle rock. Eye of the needle? Heck, Ketch could have hidden his treasure anywhere. This island's full of hiding places. It was the marker which I had raised up the needle of rock. It was the marker which I had raised up the needle of rock. I could see the marker I had fastened on the rock down in the forest, and right in line with it, that had to be where Ketch had hidden his treasure.
Yeah, that music. It's Pablo.
The Xibalba princess lay at anchor just below Tower Bridge. I knew I'd found the right ship as soon as I saw Pablo at the rail.
Huge pecs. Yeah, you do.
The tactical advantage of hiding in there escaped me.
No! Nico! Great. She did. I messed up. Oh. I wonder why he's just pacing around the deck. Is that just a thing he does? He's getting exercise. Uh-oh. Oh, thank God. He didn't see me.
Got you.
Oh, yeah.
It was a porthole to the main cabin.
But the Collard woman was there. They'll know it was me.
But you have the stone. The right stone, you're sure?
Yes, of course, it's the Jaguar stone. No possible mistake. Here it is. Karzak, please. The police will be looking for me soon. You're going to get me out of the country, aren't you?
Stop your whining, Ubier. Do you have any idea what this stone symbolizes?
I thought you just wanted it to frighten the natives.
Fool. I intend to cast this stone into the sea.
But why? It's unique.
Exactly. With it gone, the Mayan priest's plan to destroy Tezcatlipoca cannot succeed.
I can assure you that Tezcatlipoca is a mythical figure.
Such a small mind you live in. Tezcatlipoca is real.
You're crazy.
In my dreams. We have spoken of his plans for this world. We have spoken of your part in these plans.
My part?
He told me you would be useful. He told me how to crush your spirit by turning you to drugs.
My wife died. You know that full well. She was my world, my everything.
And now, you are no longer useful. She called out your name as she died, you know?
What? What are you saying?
And then they thought you'd done it. It all worked perfectly.
You? It was you? You bastard! You monster! For the love of God, Karzak!
Which one?
No.
There were no signs of life, but I checked that Ubier really was beyond help. We were going to need the stone to thwart Karzak. I knew Ubier would have approved.
A little teapot.
It was the Jaguar stone, all right.
No. Get away!
Pirates? I was about to make good my escape when...
Cut! Who the hell are you?
I can explain everything.
Don't bother.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were making a movie.
So who are you?
Stobart. George Stobart. 2 B's and 2 T's.
It's okay, Mr. Hawks. He wasn't in the shot.
Hawks? This had to be Carlton Hawks, the newest enfant terrible of Tinseltown. I'd read about him. Mailroom boy makes good. Nice to know it was still possible to get to be a director armed with only an encyclopedic knowledge of postal charges.
Stay out of the way, surfer boy. I'll deal with you later.
Surfer boy?
He wishes.
It was a plank balanced precariously on a barrel. You know what the locals call this place, don't you?
No, but I guess you're gonna tell me.
Zombie Island.
Zombies?
A crazed gleam came into his eye.
Get me the writers. Get me makeup. I want zombie pirates in this movie by the end of today.
Who's the leading lady?
Don't you recognize her? That's Sharon Kowalski.
Oh, right. I'd never heard of her. What's the name of the movie?
Are you trying to be funny?
No.
It's Treasure Island, the only book I ever read twice.
I don't recall any girls in Treasure Island.
Gotta think box office. People like that kind of thing.
What other changes have you made to the story?
Just a few minor details.
You haven't written out Long John Silver.
Are you questioning my integrity as an artist? Of course Silver's still in it. We've even hung on to Captain Flint.
His parrot.
His trained attack falcon. Why do you think Blind Pew's blind?
Did you say you've changed the ending of the story?
That's right.
Do they find the treasure?
Yeah, but that comes later, after they've escaped the volcanic eruption.
A volcano?
Sure. Krakatoa.
All the millions spent on a movie, and nobody thinks to buy an atlas. Who's playing Jim Hawkins?
Haiku McEwen. Oh, don't tell me you've never heard of him.
I don't go to the movies too often.
Jeez. Haiku is only the hottest teen star in Hollywood. That's why we're on such a tight schedule. Gotta film the close-ups before he hits puberty.
It was the cameraman. Hi, I'm George Stobart.
My name's Harris. Most people call me Flash.
You're the cameraman, right?
That's right.
Why'd they call you Flash? You used to be a stills photographer?
Nope.
I decided not to pursue the subject. There was nothing else I wanted to ask the cameraman.
Pancakes. There's food over here. Did he just put it in his pocket?
The bun was so stale it felt like a small rock.
I'll just take everything.
I didn't want another one of the pancakes in my pocket. Hi, George Stobart.
Hello, mate.
You're English, right?
Blimey, you don't miss much, do you? Bert Savage. Have you seen what the caterers laid on today? Buns and pancakes.
That's awful.
It's an improvement on yesterday. The buns are stale, but the pancakes are bloody lovely.
Do you want to try some syrup with your pancakes?
No, thanks, mate. I've got to watch my waistline.
How long have you been in the movie business?
Flipping years, mate. Absolutely flipping years. I was in the army before that. Thought to myself, you've been risking your bleeding neck every day. Why not cash in on it like?
So you became a stuntman, just like that?
Nah, of course not. I had to do the training first.
What training does a stuntman do?
First, they told me to stand in the road. Then, they run me down. Straight up. Drove at me with a car. I couldn't believe it. I was up on the bonnet and over the other side before I realised he wasn't stopping. Then they threw me downstairs a bit and gives me a certificate.
Did you ever work with Carol Climax?
The Dirty Dachshund? I'll say. Flipping princess, mate.
I heard she was very beautiful.
Mind you, she acted like one too. Ordering this, demanding that.
Did you ever meet Bertrand Oubier?
Meet him? No. I saw him a few times, though. He didn't like his wife being in films.
Yeah, I bet.
Do you think Oubier murdered his wife?
I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Mind you, there were plenty of people who could have done her in.
I thought the public loved her.
Yeah, but people who knew her saw the other side.
Would you like a bun?
No way. The last one I tried cracked my dentures.
Would you like a pancake, Bert?
No thanks, mate. I'd plenty here.
Would you like a pancake, Bert?
No thanks, mate. I'd plenty here.
Okay, why does it let me keep doing that?
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
What's that, mate? Stone axe?
No, it's just a piece of polished stone.
Very nice indeed. Shine it up a bit, you get a few bob for that.
Ew, that looks weird.
Hey there, I'm George Stobart.
Well, hi, handsome. You're cute. I wish it was you playing the lead male instead of that kid.
I can't act, ma'am.
So what? I bet you can kiss.
I couldn't believe I was having this conversation with a real movie star.
Panties.
What do you think of these?
Ew, they're awful.
You have no idea how much you've just gone up in my estimation. Would you like a bite of this pancake?
Hell no. I only have to look at those things and my thighs swell like balloons.
An interesting concept.
What a dork.
What's it like sharing the spotlight with an actor who's young enough to be your son?
What do you mean?
What do you think of Hawk's treatment of Treasure Island?
It's okay, I guess. I never saw the original.
It's a book. One of my favorites.
Really? The novelization's out already?
What part are you playing?
Pirate Babs, the ruthless and passionate lady buccaneer. It's a great part. I get to kiss a lot, and I kick ass. Like the boots?
Would you like this bun?
All right. Oh, wait a minute. Hawks is watching me. Don't let him see it. Oh, he's looking right at me.
What's the matter?
Never mind. Just put that cake away and pretend you weren't talking to me.
Okay.
I found this reed in the swamp on the other side of the island.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and I used it to shoot a poisoned dart at a wild boar. It was a real-life drama, not just a scene from a movie.
Right.
She was having trouble with the whole real life is not a movie concept. Take a look at this ancient Mayan artifact.
That's just a hunk of stone with a picture scratched on it.
In a way, I guess. You don't happen to have seen anything similar, have you?
No.
Hi there, George Stobart.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Haiku McEwen.
You're playing Jim Hawkins, right?
Jimbo. I had Mr. Hawks change his name.
Jimbo Hawkins, right.
What?
Is your name really Haiku?
Yeah. It was my mom's idea, okay? When I was born, I was so small and perfectly formed I reminded her of a Japanese poem.
Well, I guess it could have been worse. She could have called you Limerick.
That's my middle name.
Did you always want to be an actor?
I don't think of what I do as acting, man.
You're not alone.
It's more like I'm the voice of my generation. What I'm saying for the kids on the street.
Which is what? I'm crap, I'm going nowhere?
Huh? What are you saying, man?
Stobart, get out of shot. Positions, everybody.
I'll get a flip chart and explain it to you later, Haiku.
Haiku, baby, are you ready?
Okay, man. Which scene is this?
You've been captured by Silver's accomplice, Pirate Babs, who's fallen in love with you.
That whirring sound you can hear? It's Robert Louis Stevenson spinning in his grave.
Okay, people, top of page 76, Sharon.
What about my big speech?
It's been cut. Everybody ready?
Up to speed.
Quiet on the set. Okay, let's make magic.
Oh, please.
And action!
Why don't you forget that dumb old squire and his bunch of merry men? Can't you see we were made for each other?
I know, but Squire Trelawney saved my life, Captain Babs. Why, if it hadn't have been for him, that giant octopus would have made mincemeat out of me.
But right now he thinks you're a traitor. He's locked you out of the stockade, Jimbo.
That 20-foot high wall with spikes might have kept out Silver's men, but it ain't gonna stop me.
Oh, Jimbo.
And cut! Good heavy breathing, Sharon.
Natch, I'm a pro.
Did you get the heavy breathing, Flash?
Did I ever, boss? We should have made this movie in 3D.
Haiku, you were great. We're setting up for the stunt now, so get a bite to eat. Savage, on set, damn it.
Jeez.
I'd seen a lot of strange things on this island, but here was a bush that was buzzing. As I walked towards the bush, it started buzzing angrily.
Whoa.
I knew why that bush was buzzing. Hornets. Would you like a pancake, Bert?
Don't mind if I do.
The pancake oozed maple syrup all over Bert's chins.
Ew, you put bloody syrup on that pancake. Now it's messed me all up.
I don't want to worry you, but there's a hornet's nest over in that bush.
Hornets. That reminds me of a film I was in. The Black Hornet.
The Black Hornet? I don't remember seeing that one.
Before your time, most likely.
What happens in it?
Lummy, what don't happen in it? I was shot, stabbed, fed to piranhas, dangled from an airship, and trampled by a zebra.
No, I mean, what was the plot?
Plot?
Those hornets were not pleased.
Get that camera rolling. This could be good. Cut and printed. That was brilliant, folks.
What?
Okay, the next scene is down on the beach. This is where Hawkins finds the treasure in the Cave of the Crabs.
Would those be giant killer crabs by any chance?
Giant mutant killer crabs with attitude.
There it was, the rock I'd seen from the camel's hump. Now that I was close up, I could make out a small cave near the top of the pillar.
Where are you going, George?
Hey, you! Trouble!
Who, me?
I want you to stay right where I can keep an eye on you.
I'm not one of your lackeys, Hawks. I go where I like.
Not here, you don't. The movie company has rented this island for the duration. You're trespassing. Do as you're told or you're gone.
I was talking to Mr. Savage, the stuntman. Is he all right?
What makes you say that?
He's not making any sense.
The guy's English.
Why don't you use that cave up on the rock pillar at the end of the beach?
We don't have a stuntman anymore.
Hey, I'll do the stunt.
I appreciate the offer, but if you fall, you'll sue us.
No, I won't.
Everybody hear that?
I heard it.
Good enough, we're covered. Got any experience?
Death-defying leaps, desperate fistfights, getting caught in explosions, you name it.
Okay, people, move out. We're shooting the scene at the end of the beach.
No, we're not. The camera's still bogged down.
Shoot, I forgot about that. No go, Stobart. We'll have to use this cave after all.
You don't look happy.
Why should I be happy? Look at that cave. It's supposed to be where the treasure is.
So?
Look at it. It's crap. Does that look like the sort of place anybody would hide treasure? I should have had props build me a proper damn cave. A cinematic cave.
What do you mean, a cinematic cave?
One with drama. Danger. One that looks like the mouth of a big stone skull would be cool, but I'd settle for drama and danger.
It was a portable movie camera. Flash?
Yep.
We can't film at the Needle Rock because the camera's bogged down, right?
You got it, Chimp.
So why can't we use the portable camera instead?
You know, that's a pretty smart idea.
The truck carrying the camera had sunk into the wet sand. That camera wasn't going anywhere. Hi, Bert.
Don't you eye me. Fine friend you turned out to be.
What's the problem?
Huh.
What's it like to work with Carlton Hawk?
Flipping misery, mate.
Look, Bert, what's wrong?
You got a bloody nerve. If I didn't know better, I'd have thought you gave me that pancake just so them hornets would go for me.
Oh, Bert, you've wounded me. How can you think that?
Well, by looking at the evidence.
I don't know why you still want to be a stuntman anyway.
Which is all I know, isn't it? If I don't do this, what do I do?
Well, how about being a stunt coordinator?
Being a what?
You stand around in a big jacket and a baseball cap, telling the stunt people what to do.
I can do that.
Hey, you've done the job for years and you're not dead. That's gotta be good for morale.
Well, I don't know.
You get your own megaphone.
I'll do it.
George Stobart, international adventurer and roaming careers advisor. What films have you worked on in the past?
Remember Death Stalker of the 10th grade? The psychotic biker what crashed into the school bus? That was me. Or what about They Prayed to Satan? I was the bloke in the hospital scene. You know, the one who caught fire, fell through the flipping skylight.
I don't think I caught those. Must be cool getting to travel the world like this.
Yeah, nice here, innit? My Beryl used to love the seaside. Day out at Clacton. Bloody smashing. A pint of jelly deals washed down with a bottle of brown. Quick feel on a big wheel and a stroll around the town. Course, them days, you could live like a flipping king on 10 bob a night. Tombola, frothy coffee at the cap or the prom.
You know, I don't have the faintest idea what you're talking about. I've had a great idea. How about you dress up as Jim Hawkins and climb up to that cave over there?
What cave? That cave? You must think I'm balmy. I did me back in being chased by them hornets over that flaming stockade wall. No way am I going up there.
Well, that narrowed the field. Hey, Haiku.
Yeah, man.
It took him a while.
I may not be making millions of dollars, and I may not have thousands of nubile, if uncritical, young women lusting for my body, but I've got something that you haven't. This small piece of coal.
Man, you're getting freaky on me.
Yeah, man.
I've been talking to the cameraman. He's got a portable camera.
So?
So you can use the cave in that rock pillar at the end of the beach. That's a dramatic cave if ever I saw one.
We ain't got a stabilized harness for it. The camera will wobble.
Did D.W. Griffiths have a stabilized harness when he made Birth of a Nation?
You're right, damn it. Hitchcock, Wells, none of them needed one. For crying out loud, Sam Raimi stabilized his camera on a plank. Props, get me a plank. We're gonna wing it. Hot dog. We're gonna do a cinema verite pirate movie. George, get to wardrobe. We're gonna make you a star.
On my way.
Oh yeah, George is a star. Oh boy.
Ready when you are, Mr. Hawks.
Take off the sunglasses, you dork.
It was the stone which Ketch had captured from the Spanish. The Eagle Stone.
I returned to Quaramonte and found that Georges had left a message with Conchita. He'd already left for the Indian village, so I hurried to catch up with him. When I arrived, I found a scene of desolation.
George is the best. Nico, you suck. Go back home.
These sunglasses are George's. George, where are you? Titipoco, I'm almost glad to see you.
You little shit.
Little asshole, what happened here? Are you responsible for this? And where's George? Have you seen him? He was pointing to the remains of a burned-out hut. I didn't need the lantern since it was still daylight. Besides, it was broken. It was a smashed lantern, probably the cause of this destruction. The barrel contained cool, refreshing water. The barrel was too heavy to move. It was too hot to pick up. They were George's shades. I didn't need the lamp. That cup was no use to me. It had a hole in it. There was nothing in the barrel.
Well then.
These are George's shades, right? Has he been here?
Jaws!
Where is he now? What's that? It looks like the stone we bought from Paris, but it's different. Yes, it has a carving of an eagle. That clinches it. George must have found this stone in the Caribbean and managed to hide the stone when the village was attacked by Carzak's men. I hope to God that George was all right. Where's George? George has been here, right? He was pointing to the smoldering remains of a hut. There was nothing I wanted to ask him. It was too hot to pick up. It was too hot to... I just didn't have the strength to tip that barrel. Hey, Shorty, make yourself useful and help me with this barrel.
That's not very nice to call him Shorty.
Thanks. I recognize that. It's the Coyote Stone. I had the Coyote and Jaguar stones. Titipoco had the eagle, according to the shaman. That's all we needed to deal with Tezcatlipoca. Pity he hadn't any ideas for dealing with Carzak. What is it? Where are you pointing? There was nothing I wanted to...
Here we go. Oh, yeah. Cutscene. Oh, maybe not. He looks weird here.
It was an old electricity generator. It was a simple wooden platform lift, used for shifting equipment, I presumed.
The Mexican Yoda.
The engine looked like it was supposed to power the lift. It was a small but very enticing button. The cap was attached to the lift engine by a chain. There was a lever mounted on the side of the motor. How did you hook up with a maniac like Karzak in the first place?
Karzak? Whoop whoop loco!
Yes, he scares me too. Titipoco, any ideas what I can do with this rope? He just looked at me. If anybody was going to come up with a plan, it was going to have to be me. The scaffold gantry went all the way up the pyramid. The scaffold gantry... Titipoco, I have an important job for you. Take this rope to the top of this scaffolding and throw it over the top.
Rope.
Hurry up!
It looked like Karzak was using Quaramontean troops and local Indians as his guards.
They're not Indians. Scarf Indians? Dwarf Indians? That's racist.
The motor spluttered into life. Titipoco, when I tell you, I want you to copy what I am doing.
Copy.
Okay? Copy.
Whee!
Georges! I realized those bastards were going to sacrifice Georges to Tezcatlipoca over my dead body.
He doesn't seem very certain with the gun.
Thankfully, Georges was the only one to notice me.
Where are they? The eclipse is about to happen.
Patience. Your mother will be here soon and Karzak will be close behind. Just keep the Yankee covered and leave the worrying to others.
Yeah, Raoul.
The maniacs were going to sacrifice Georges!
Shut up, Stobart. Just shut up!
Calm down. He's no threat.
Hey, Raoul, why don't you do us both a favor and shoot Pablo?
You're very funny, Stobart. I haven't forgotten Marseille. When Karzak cuts your heart out, I'll be the one laughing.
I'll bet I'm not the only one due for the chop around here either. Hey, Raoul?
I'm warning you.
Raoul was a bundle of raw nerves. I hoped Georges wouldn't push him too far.
Yeah, just stand up, that's fine. He looked like he did a little dance right there.
No way did I want to get into conversation with that pack of vermin.
It's like a hobbit.
Hey, senorita.
Too late. I had been seen.
Bonjour, Capitaine.
Only Sergeant, pretty one. What are you doing here?
Senor Karzak said I could help.
Did he?
Something about on-the-job training.
I'll bet he did.
I managed to hold a smile for that pig.
May I go up the pyramid?
We have strict instructions not to let anybody pass.
Oh, but I've told you who I am. Surely nobody would mind.
Well,
Oh, please, I'd be ever so grateful.
I tell you what. I'll ask Pablo if it's okay for you to go up.
If Pablo saw me, I'd be dead.
No, it's not worth the bother. I'm not really that interested in their stupid pyramid anyway.
Well, okay. It's men's work up there anyway.
I'll just run along and play around here, okay?
Okay, you do that.
Titipoco, do you still have that lighter gun you pulled on me so amusingly?
What's going on over there? Do you need help, my pretty?
Nothing's wrong. I dropped, a cigarette, but everything is under control. I'll have the fire out in a minute or two.
That looks silly.
What's that? What's happening?
Trouble.
Keep it up. The pyramid's surrounded.
I'll find out what the trouble is. Watch Stobart doesn't pull any tricks. If he does, shoot him in the head, not through the heart.
Why does it matter? He'll be dead either way.
His heart belongs to Tezcatlipoca.
That's not true. We just had dinner a couple of times.
gun or I shoot.
Please, don't hurt me.
Don't worry yourself. My finger isn't loaded.
Nico, what are you doing here?
Firstly, I'm going to set Georges free, and then screw up Karzak's scheme.
No, I can't let you do that. Karzak has promised me power.
Raoul, wake up. The only thing Karzak has on offer is death. You may want to ask Oublier, except you can't. Karzak murdered him.
You're lying. Oubier's in Europe.
Sure, he's in Europe. In London, on a mortuary slab with 2 bullet holes in him.
But Karzak promised. When he frees Tezcatlipoca, we'll all be granted great power.
Listen to her, Raoul. Karzak's insane.
I don't know. I need to think.
You've let your mother do your thinking for you up to now. You need to think for yourself. Your mother and Karzak think alike. There's only one expendable member of the plan left, and that's you.
Mother would never betray me.
Oh, I'm tired of trying to reason with you, Raoul. Titipoco. Watch this man, and if he makes a move, shoot him with your gun.
There's nothing scarier than a midget with a gun.
Hold still, Georges. I don't want to sacrifice you by accident.
That doesn't look very obsidian to me.
You have no idea how glad I am to see you.
They were going to cut your heart out. I think I can guess. We can save the happy reunions for later. We've got to move. Come on!
Oh, yeah. That music.
We're safe.
This is a dead end.
We're toast. I know, Titipoco. I'm not too happy here either.
He knows this is Tezcatlipoca's pyramid. The house of the enemy.
Well, we can't stay here like rats in a trap.
And we can't go out the way we came in. It would be suicide. I'll have a look round. Maybe there's another way out. In the meantime... Take this. It's the Coyote Stone. It might bring you luck, I hope.
Or kill you.
You managed to recover the stones from the village? Then we might have a chance after all. Incidentally, what would Titipoco have done if Graciento had moved?
Titipoco? Nothing. He's given up violence.
That you know
There
of.
was a large image on the wall of a man in ceremonial garb. More usefully, there were also a couple of levers. Oof! The lever was very difficult to move and appeared to do nothing anyway.
Oof.
Heave!
Still no good.
Georges?
Yeah?
Georges, I can only pull one lever at a time, and I think we need to pull both together.
Okay, I'm up for that.
She's having some trouble getting up the stairs.
Raoul, there's something suspicious. This sacrifice! Where is it?
Nico was here with Titipoco. They set him free. I couldn't stop them.
You idiot! I should have strangled you at birth. Titipoco's gone soft. He wouldn't have hurt you.
I know that.
The darkness of the sun is almost upon us, and we have no sacrifice to appease Tezcatlipoca. Have you any idea what your incompetence will cost us?
I think so. And I'm glad.
What?
The Mayans weren't fools. Tezcatlipoca should stay exactly where they put him.
Finally got some backbone from somewhere, huh? Shame it's so late in the day.
I'd rather die than see you and Karzak with the devil's power.
Fine, we're still a sacrifice short. See, the eclipse begins. Pablo, kill him!
Tezcatlipoca can feed upon his yellow heart.
Nico was right all along, but it's still not too late.
Come on then, Pablo. Let's see who sacrifices who.
Ouch.
What place is this? I was in some sort of strange room. Tiles and dials. The priests who designed this place must have known how to use them. I was going to have to figure it out for myself if I ever wanted to get out of here. The room was dominated by an enormous device, decorated with the usual Mayan motifs. It held 2 great discs, each covered in glyphs. There were several tiles with glyphs on them. There were several
Okay.
The tile didn't want to move.
What's even in that? There's some kind of a thing. I guess it's an Easter egg. I don't even know if it's in this version. I don't even remember where it is. But it gets you past the puzzle for some reason.
The tile didn't want to move. The tile didn't move at all. The tile didn't...
Actually, I think I wanted it. Can I not bring it back? Or... okay. Temple Run. I think we're really close to the end. Maybe I can finish it in 15 minutes. Or... no, don't touch it. Wait a second.
The tile didn't move at all. The tile didn't...
Let's try lining some of these up. Or can't I? Wait. I see it. Wait. And this one should... There we go.
The tile moved slightly. The tile didn't move at all.
I don't want to do this puzzle. I don't even know if it shows the finger or something when you find it. Oh well, I should just go ahead and solve it. Dabba dabba doo. Okay, so I've kind of got an idea how to do this. I think we can get this one next. Which is this one? This one right here. And some weird looking hat thing. That one right there.
The tile didn't want to move.
What?
The tile didn't...
You try this one? No, this one.
The tile moved inwards and clicked home.
Good. Come on, Nico. Gotta put some backbone into it. No, I actually wanted you to do it the other way this time. it's that one. Getting there. About halfway done with the puzzle. No! It doesn't matter now. It's a pretty strange puzzle, but it's not impossible. It just takes a lot of time. Almost done. Oops. Stop. Last one. No. Stay there. This one. Yeah.
Et voilà! George once told me that there's an act to finding secret doors. I think I'm beginning to get the hang of it.
So I thought, this is it, you know? This is true love. Anyway, I have to leave for a few weeks, and when I come back, what do I find? Damn right. And with who? Labano, that creep.
Huh?
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
He's so happy and chubby. I like Titty Popo.
Oh, heck. Looks like another dead-end, Titty Poco. Any ideas? I was hoping for something a little more constructive. Never mind, I'll have a look around.
Oops.
Look, I need to light this torch. Can you do something clever with a couple of sticks, or flint and tinder, or... or a cheesy novelty cigarette lighter, as it turned out. Well, there was nothing else to do around here, so I pulled the lever. Nothing's happened. Oh, I hate that. Don't you hate that? Titty Poco? Oh my...
Well, that was convenient. Titty Poco reappeared. He's a magician.
Great. I had no idea where I was, no idea where the others had got to, and time was running out to stop Karzak. Still, I wasn't dead yet, so it wasn't all bad news. A stone slab that must have weighed tons sealed the door. Charming. Every time I think this place can't get any spookier, it does. Yes, finally! I'm out of here.
Alright, here we go, Yahoo! Yeah.
My old torch was dying, and I had no desire to be plunged into darkness. The torch was fine where it was.
Okay, okay. Oh.
Once more into the unknown.
Oh, yeah. Come on, George.
Cool. Onwards and downwards, Mr. Stobart.
And this should be it.
This was it. The pyramid's central chamber. Its dark heart. Once before in my life, I'd stood in front of a door and thought, this is it. If I go through there, I'm going to die. I'd been wrong then. I hoped I was wrong now. This was the door that led to the central chamber and the smoking mirror.
What are you waiting for? Yay! And that's the end. This is some pretty cheerful music for what just happened. Well, that was fun. I think the next game I'm gonna play is Broken Age, I think is what it's called. And then after that will be Broken Sword 3. So that'll be fun. I've never played Broken Age, so that one's gonna be a blind playthrough. I've played all the Broken Sword games. Ba-ba-doop, ba-ba-doop, ba-ba-doop. Once the credits are done, I'll go ahead and end because I don't really have time to start a new one. Yeah, it was a pretty good game. Dwarf Yoda wins! But you know, you see the three people exit and it's Nico, George, and Titty Poco. But what about the general guy? I guess he stayed behind. And again, as you see, George and Nico really aren't together. They just... George only says that he's her boyfriend because he wants to make him jealous. No, the general didn't die. He helped Titty Poco. That was Karzak that died. Karzak and the general's mom, La Presidenta. And then, of course, whoever got hit by that shockwave died. These are really long credits. Ross Allen is listed twice here under the same category. Unless there's two people named Ross Allen. Ooh, flute soloist Dave Heath. Do you really have to list everyone in the orchestra? This is the first time I've seen this done. A solo fiddle. Happiness is inside job. Job. Oh, the music just starts over. Wow, they got the list of musicians for each song? Special thanks to an exceptionally talented animator. Okay. I'll take your word for it. It's an inside job. Yay, you're coming home. Well, I'm ending, so yay. What's this? Oh. Okay. Anyways. So I'll be back tomorrow night with Broken Age. And I had a lot of fun playing this for you. I hope everyone has a good evening, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye-bye.